but every time it comes... When I made my home studio, I didn't think about one thing. I created this beautiful amp tower on this left side, and I placed my desk with my audio interface, computer and everything here on the other side of the room. So every time I want to play my amps, I just gotta have a long cable going all the way across the room. Of course, this is not an absolute deal breaker, but every time I gotta plug and unplug this cable and have it going through the room. And the other big issue is that sometimes my very dumb twin brother comes into the studio, I don't know why, but every time it comes... This is what I've been trying to tell you. Ciao ragazzi, I'm Danilo and welcome back to another video. Today I want to test something that honestly could make my studio setup way more convenient. This is the Xvive AC58 wireless system, and instead of just listing all the specs, which you can do if you want, there's a link down in the description below, I want to find out if this thing can actually replace cable in real life, and how does it work now that we are in 2026 and technology is moving really fast. So today we are testing audio quality, latency, interference, walls, distance, and basically trying to break this thing completely and see at what point it does stop working. Let's start. First point on the list. Does it actually sound as good as a cable? Alright, let's try. Same guitar, same preset, same riff. One is cable and one is wireless. Let's see if I can, well, or you can actually hear the difference, because there's no point in getting one of these if the audio quality goes out of the window. Okay, honestly, that's much closer than I actually expected, especially on high gain tones where usually wireless systems reveal their weakness. So yeah, I'd say first test is completed. Now let's move to a more practical test, because I want to know, it is actually reliable? I mean, something good this close to the receiver is easy. What happens when we start adding walls, maybe also Wi-Fi, Bluetooth devices, and an entire house between me and the receiver? Let's see. Okay, the receiver is in the quad cortex in the studio. Let's start the test. Studio. Of course, it works. Bedroom. Still works. Kitchen. It works. Living room. Still working. Yep, still working. What can I say? Okay, so yes, it seems reliable despite having objects or obstructions in the way. But that is not all, because I want to do another test as well, and this one is more live playing gig scenario oriented. So my next test is, how far can this thing really go? I've actually had situations where my pedalboard was in the control room, but I was playing far away from it. I didn't have my pedalboard with me at my feet, so I need to see what's the maximum distance this can go to. On the Xvive website they claim is up to 100 feet, which I have no idea what it means being a European. Oh, okay, that makes much more sense. 30 meters. Well, that's a lot actually. Let's see if that's true. So here's the receiver, computer, audio interface, and let's see really how far we can actually go. So yeah, at the moment I'm like 1 meter from the receiver and it sounds like this. And now let's start to walk away. I am currently standing like 10 meters from the receiver. I can still hear it, so I know it's still recording. That means we have to step even further away. Let's go. I think I can still hear it. Yeah. I can still hear the signal going through. Okay, at this point I'm not sure if you can still see me. I'm actually recording inside the mic and not wirelessly because the mic died, so I am pretty sure the mic doesn't work from this range. But I think I finally killed the Xvive because I am still strumming, but I don't think you can hear it because it would be impossible. I'm like 100 meters away. I'm really far actually, and you can see that because I'm actually very tiny on the screen. That concludes the outdoor test. Impressive. I gotta say, I am impressed. But now I do have another issue though. How's the battery life? I remember having one of the very first Xvive wireless transmitters years ago, and the battery was okay. It never died on me on stage, but it was a constant pain to remember to charge them every single time. And not only that, I needed 2 USB cables to be able to charge the transmitter and the receiver at the same time. I'm telling you this because now it seems like things have changed a lot. This is not just a case to bring them around and throw in some pics because every time I go gigging I forget my pics at home. This is actually a recharging case. As you can see, there are 2 USB-C ports here. You simply slot them in, and every time you put them back into the case, the receiver and the transmitter starts charging. So you know they are always fully charged when you take them out. On the website it claims you get about 5 hours of battery life on these. The charging case provides up to 2 full charges or multiple top-ups. I can actually confirm that. I received these 2 months ago and I wanted to take my time to test them properly, and I've only charged this case 3 times so far, and the 3rd time being a couple of hours ago to make this video. So yeah, a strong battery life is finally here. Okay, but final verdict? Well, these are honestly very solid. During my use I didn't experience any signal dropouts, no sudden cuts, nothing unstable. But there is one important thing to keep in mind. These systems operate at 5.4 GHz, and that means one simple thing. They are not meant to work perfectly in absolutely every single environment. For example, in a very large-scale situation like big sports events, broadcast-heavy environments, places where there are already tons of wireless signals and TV live video transmission happening, the level of interference can get much more complex, and in those cases, this kind of system is not really designed to be the ultimate solution. But to be fair, that's not what they're made for, and realistically speaking, most of us are not playing in those kind of environments every single day. In fact, for me personally, that has only happened twice, so there's that. For everything else though, like small stage gigs, clubs, theaters, rehearsal room, home studio setups and content creation, this system is honestly absolutely excellent. Like I said, if you want to know more about the Xvive AC58 wireless transmitter, there's a link down in the description below. Okay, and that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao!